great workout. I went to the gym. I've not been to the gym in like 3 months, and every time I don't go to the gym, I don't work out, I know for a fact that I'm going to feel ill and lethargic and easily getting sick and stuff. So alhamdulillah. So today I did a powerlifting routine that lifted a lot. Hopefully I'm more consistent this time around. Now to the office. Yep. So guys, today is the 3rd of January. Mind frame. Today is the 3rd of January, alhamdulillah. So although this vlog is actually new, I'd just like to say this, although this vlog is new, I just started recording like 3 weeks ago. So I actually have a lot of footage that I've not yet edited. So for today, inshallah, I'd like to discuss one thing. So this vlog, today's entire vlog is going to be discussing one thing. I would like to discuss change. Me changing into a better human being, inshallah, and that will be the discussion for today. So I would like to discuss and share my strategy, my plan for change this year, inshallah. And by the way, this is not like a 2017 New Year's resolution. It just happened to be that it's the beginning of the year. I've been planning this for a long time. So yeah. Alright, my plan for change is like this. Is your audio okay? Because it just started raining. And my plan for change, the first approach, the first theory for my change program is that I now believe that this is a personal thing, right? That change for me, it needs to be shocking and powerful and profound and a bit radical, I think, as opposed to like, let's just do it slowly, let's just phase it in. The problem with that is I've tried that many times before. In the end, doing it slowly or phasing it in simply becomes an excuse to like slack off or not excel or not doing things to the fullest. So this time around, I'm going to like try to bring about a more shocking, more rounded, comprehensive approach, inshallah. Now, how is it going to go about? My plan for change is going to be as so. Looking at the human being is divided into 4 parts. Let's do this. Alright. Human being is made up of 4 parts. These are then... What is this? Just realized that it's actually chalkboard marker. Yep. Now, going back. The human being is then made up of 4 components. A spiritual dimension, a physical dimension, an intellectual, and an emotional dimension. So the idea is that I want to develop every part and try to better myself in every area and put them into a particular balance and have specific goals that I would want to achieve. Now, as for let's go back to the table. From an intellectual perspective, inshallah, what I would want to do is to read every day, inshallah. Every day, read something. And I would try as much as possible, inshallah, to finish 1 book in a week. At least 1 book, inshallah. That would be from an intellectual perspective. Now, from an emotional perspective, I would want to be more attentive. I would want to listen more because I'm always talking. Now, number 2, I would also want to try and nurture calmness and composure in myself. Try to be a bit more calm. Number 3, I would want to be more giving and more contributive, inshallah, and not to be stingy. From a spiritual perspective, inshallah, this is what I plan to do, inshallah. I would want to pray tahajjud at least 5 times a week, bismillah. And number 2, I would also want to focus on hifz, my memorization of the Quran, right? So I'm going to either revise or memorize 1 page a day. And lastly, from a physical perspective, I would want to do a number of things. I want to be healthier, inshallah, by number 1, eating less meat and also less junk food, really, but meat in particular, right? I'm going to eat less of meat, inshallah, more vegetables, and I would also like to exercise or go to the gym at least 1 time a week, at least. Back then I used to do 4 times a week. No, it's okay. Now, and lastly, I would also like to I would also want to eat more fruits, inshallah, and I would like to drink my daily juice, right? I always get my juice at All In, Bali Lane. This is not an advertisement of any sort, but All In is awesome, right? And that would be my plan for change, inshallah, in regards to the actions that I'm going to take, inshallah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is this thing pointing out? No. And that, ladies and gentlemen, would be my 4-prong approach to developing myself into a better person, inshallah, right? And the point again is, no, people make plans and stuff, but being istiqamah and being consistent on your plans is a totally different thing. So, because I'm sharing this on the internet, so I hope that you guys would also hold me accountable for what I do, inshallah. So if throughout the vlog you see me eating like candy or fast food, please point it out, Ustaz, bro, right? So that would be my personal challenge, my aspiration to change, and my plan to change. What about you? And we're done for the first part. Next part would be my review. Let's go. But before that, let's get juice. I need juice. Quite far. Why is it slanted? Right, I've got juice. This is kiwi, so orange, strawberry, and kiwi, and it's called "Are You Kiwing Me?" Bismillah. Now, my 3-point review of my current read. Today, inshallah, I'll be reviewing briefly this. Right. This book is called Hadith, Muhammad's Legacy in the Medieval and Modern World by Professor Dr. Sheikh Jonathan A.C. Brown, inshallah. Right, so my 3-point review. Point 1, what I like about this book in particular, and other works of Dr. Brown, is that Dr. Brown usually when he writes, he writes very broad, meaning that if it's called Hadith, you're going to expect that he's going to talk everything possible to be discussed concerning hadith, right? So if you look at the contents, he speaks about number 1, hadith and its terminology, and then the transmission and collection of hadith, and then methods and history of hadith criticism, and then hadith in Shia, hadith in law, hadith in theology, hadith in Sufism, Western debates over hadith, and then debates over prophetic traditions in the modern Muslim world, right? So point number 1 will be that I really like this book because it speaks really broad, right? It doesn't mean that he does not speak about specifics, he does, but he talks about many things, right? That's point 1. Point 2, in particular, what I like point 2, one of my favorite part of this book really is a history of hadith criticism, right? He speaks specifically about Western criticism of hadith, He speaks about the criticisms of Shacht and Golzire and Abbott, right? And he also talks about the defenders of hadith in the modern world, right? One of the earliest people to come up with a defense of hadith in the modern world will be according to him. And also what the other scholars have mentioned as well is Mustafa al-A'zami, right, who wrote, what's the name of the book? History of Hadith Literature, I think that's the name of the book. We have it here, I think, somewhere, right? Now, the third thing that I also like about this book is the last section, where he discusses debates over prophetic traditions in the modern Muslim world, right? So he talks about now within even the Muslim world, how do people perceive hadith, and how do people use hadith, right? He talks about firstly the Quran only movement and the rejection of hadith, for example. He also talks about modernist Salafis. He talks about, for example, traditionalist Salafis. He talks about late Sunni traditionalists. He talks about this discourses in the modern world concerning hadith, right? So that would be my short 3-point review, very brief review of this book. I highly encourage any student of the Islamic sciences, and particularly those who are really interested in learning hadith, to get this book, inshallah. In Singapore here, Wardah sells it. Not sure about other places. You could also find it on Amazon and stuff, right? So that's it.